What's up, guys? Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Mr. Camps, one of the longest running FPV and drone channels on YouTube. Over 8 years now, we've been making reviews and giving you all kinds of content on FPV racing, drones, and Cinewhoops. And today, we're focusing on a beginner kit that's brand new from BetaFpv. It is the Cetus Lite kit. It comes in this box right here. It's a little bit over $100, and it comes with everything in this kit, including the FPV goggles, the drone, a little redesigned mini controller on here that can bind up to other BetaFpv drones such as the Cetus X2 as well. So this little guy's a little smaller. It's a 1S drone, and it flies for around 3 to 4 minutes per battery. It also includes 2 batteries in the box and pretty much everything to get you started as a beginner in our hobby. So a lot of fun. You don't have to build anything, hook it up to your computer. You can pretty much just charge the battery, put on the FPV goggles, and fly around your house. Now, I always suggest starting out, if you're brand new, start out line of sight first. Learn how to fly at line of sight. That means just looking at it around the room with the controller. If you do that, you'll be a much better FPV pilot once you put on the goggles. Big advice for the beginners. But without further ado, let's go ahead and do some testing with the Lite, and we'll do some indoor flying and some outdoor flying, and I'll give you an honest review on this and some bench talk, some final commentary on what I think about this new kit from BetaFpv. Let's go ahead and check it out now. Indoors, analog FPV. Let's have some fun. Here we go. Alright guys, welcome back from the flight test. This is the box you get. Inside the box, you get 2 batteries, the drone itself, the FPV goggles, and you get a 2 battery charger that works with USB. It has these BT 2.0 connectors on here, and this drone weighs well under 250 grams, so no need to register there. These batteries are 1S BetaFpv 300 milliamp batteries. I was mentioning before, you get about a 4-minute flight time on these if you're just cruising. It also has auto stabilize mode on here. It has a slow and a fast mode, and it can be actually hooked up to BetaFlight using the extra cable that it comes with. For the interface, it goes on the very back of the flight controller right here. There's a little tiny port right here that it plugs into, and then it will convert over to USB. Super cool. Now, it also comes with 2 separate pieces that you can take on and off for changing the sticks. This little bag right here has sort of button style ones and the more traditional smaller and thinner ones. I prefer these, but if you're a beginner, you can start out with these. It does come with these 2 already installed on the transmitter. It is chargeable also by USB-C port right here. Has a bind button and a setup button. I suggest using a bamboo skewer here if you're going to make any changes, or rebind it up to another BetaFpv drone. You can bind this one up to another BetaFpv drone, which is super cool. You also get the Cetus Lite information bundle here. It has QR code on the back to the BetaFpv website, and I got a ton of different stuff in here, and this is so cool because a lot of people complain that the brushed motors will kind of go out after time, and what happens is you suck some hair up on the carpet, and the motors get burnt out. Well, the cool thing about these motors is that they are plug and play, so you pull a motor wire out, replace it by the color coding on the wire, and you've got a brand new motor in there. And inside the pack right here, we get 1 of each, so that's super cool. We get the black and white wire, the red and blue wire there, so that's great. 2 extra motors. I haven't seen that before in these kits. You get a prop remover tool in here as well. You get some extra props and that little connector for USB-C for hooking up to your Mac or PC to change the settings on here. Now, if you want to fly acro mode and you want to kind of elevate up to that later, it's kind of like the holy grail of FPV, you'll have to change the mode inside BetaFlight. I do have some tutorials like BetaFlight for Dummies. You can check that out, and that will teach you how to do that. It's pretty easy to change the modes, but if you're brand new, that'll obviously take you some time to get used to. But here's our prop remover tool. I can usually pull these off and on by hand, but this is a right turn rear configuration. It's a props in configuration, so not props out. I would have liked to seen that drone setup. Also, the camera, it seems to be a cheaper quality camera. If we want to get honest about this, it's not the greatest quality in my opinion. I feel like the camera could be a little bit better, but starting around, I think it was starting around Binofly version of this is like $59. So that's probably one of the cheapest drones out there in this economy right now. This little harness plugs into this right here on this end, and this plugs into the back of the drone, and that will get you to BetaFlight. Before, we had no way of accessing these original flight controllers on the Cetus series, so it's cool. It's cool to me to see this kind of elevated to BetaFlight to give you a little more options for this. I feel like also the transmitter itself has been completely redesigned. If you look in the back here, we have a 1S 1000 milliamp battery, and I feel like the kind of the way it feels when it's flying in the air, it feels a little bit robotic to me. I wish that it had just kind of a better feeling on the sticks, honestly. But if you let go of the sticks, it's kind of crazy because this little drone right here will come to a stop, and it has altitude hold on here. So once you take off, it feels like it's going to hold its altitude when you let go of this stick. It is a self-centering throttle stick right here, throttle on the left, roll and pitch on this side. So this makes you go forward, backwards, left, right, and this spins it around on the yaw axis on the horizontal. So the controls are stupid easy. All these switches are customizable as well, and I kind of like this little tiny controller. But again, I feel like it's a little bit robotic on the controls, but that's just me because it does have some kind of beginner sort of like a kind of a exponential put into this controller. So that's the only thing about this that I think could be a little bit better. For somebody who's experienced, it feels like someone's kind of holding on to the driver's wheel most of the time. Now, the other thing that has me just a little bit concerned about these goggles is that there's no DVR on this pair of goggles. It does have an internal battery that you can charge up by USB-C port right here, and you can switch and change your channels here. I think for what we get here, the price is pretty good for this bundle. If you were looking for a Christmas gift coming up, I think that around $100 for a complete ready-to-fly package is kind of a good price these days, because the economy, with the way that bind and flies have been selling lately, and ready-to-fly kits are astronomically expensive. If you look, they're in the $300 to $400 range for bind and flies out there for a 5-inch race drone. So for something that you can give to a gift to your kid, or just, I mean, my kids are 7 now, and they could totally fly this. And that's what my first impression was, that if you have a kid who needs a gift this year, this is probably one of the best picks for a Christmas gift in 2022. Super easy, and it's kind of perfect timing because Christmas is coming up faster than we know it, guys. Thanksgiving's almost here, and I'm not even ready for that yet, but we do have our turkey ordered, so I'm going to be feeding about 20 people. So we need to get you an extra seat at the Thanksgiving table. Let me know, because I'm cooking this year, you guys. But I appreciate you again for watching my reviews. I'm always honest on the reviews, and you guys can come here for some honest reviews and some fun right here on the channel. I'm Justin Davis. Use my link in the video description if you're going to buy one for your kid or yourself, and that will benefit us. I would appreciate it. Be well, and I will see you on the next one.